A hot topic in the Dandy's World community lately is this notion that the game is dying. Some even believe it's already dead. At the time that I'm recording this video, the game has 30,000 players, which is crazy because if you told a Roblox developer 5 years ago that a game is dying because it has 30,000 players, they would look at you like, what? But that just goes to show how much Roblox as a platform has grown in the last 5 years. The reality is 30,000 players is still a lot of players for a Roblox game, but if you compare it to what Dandy's World has pulled in the past, it's clearly a lot lower of a number than it once was. And I think I know why. And I have some ideas on how I think it could be fixed. The first main problem with Dandy's World is that the gameplay loop really isn't that great for long-term play. And that's crazy to say because for a brand new player, this game is absolutely perfect. You have so many things to unlock. You have so many new things to see. You start to experience the lore and kind of find secret hidden messages throughout. You join into the community and you just get to experience it as a new player that doesn't know anything. But unfortunately with Dandy's World, that heavily contrasts to the player who has everything, who's done everything. There really isn't any reason for those players to stay in the game. The developers have tried adding new things in the last couple of updates to try and make the game feel fresh for the players that's been playing it for a long time. Like they added the new floor event iCore leak and a new machine type in the last update. But the problem is it honestly felt like too little too late. People have been asking for new machine types and new floor events for a very long time. And then when they finally come out with them, it's kind of boring, honestly. The new machine type is the exact same thing as the old one. It's just a circle instead of a rectangle. And the new floor event is honestly not challenging at all. You go from having this extremely annoying and frustrating floor event that makes everybody really upset when it happens and they just kind of want it not in the game. And then you go the opposite direction and you have something that doesn't really add that much of a challenge at all. I honestly cannot believe that Illness 3 only gives you a minus 50% skill check size. And it's funny because the only role that's really that worried about the iCore leak are going to be your distractors because they have to run around and dodge all the puzzles. And they're the ones who aren't going to be affected by the effect anyway. And yes, I know that the puddle also does slow you down while you're inside the puddle, but it's so easy to just go the other way or go around the puddle. What I think they should do is when you have a map with the iCore leak, you surround at least one of the machines on the floor completely with the iCore puddles. That way, the only way to extract that machine is to go through the puddle and get that negative status effect. It would also really add to the challenge because if a Twisted sees you while you're on that machine, you then have to get the slowness effect to get away from the Twisted. And it would really encourage team gameplay because you would send somebody to that machine who already has the stat of higher skill check window. But ultimately, the bottom line is for the late game players, the game is ultimately just the same thing over and over and over. And the things that they've added haven't really changed it enough to get these new players to come back and play for a long time. Which brings me to my next point. Another major problem in Dandy's World, in my opinion, is that the content within the updates is way too easily obtainable for a late game player. I think it's safe to say that most late game players can experience or unlock every new part of an update within the first couple of hours. So if you're little Johnny eating this hot dog right here and you get the notification, oh, Dandy's World updated, you should go check it out. And you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm gonna go play the new update. And you go in and then you play for 2 hours and then you're like, okay, well, what else is new? Oh, nothing? I've done everything? All right, well, the core gameplay is basically exactly the same, so I'ma head out. And this leads me into my biggest point of the entire video, which is how I think we can save Dandy's World. It's no secret that when a new player joins Dandy's World, one of the best things to do is unlock all of the tunes. All of the tunes are absolutely beautifully designed, very desirable, and you want to be able to play whatever your favorite one is. So if your favorite one is Blot, well, you gotta work a lot to get there. That's ultimately what makes the game so fun for a new player, is even if the gameplay loop is repetitive, it's worth it because you get to unlock all of these awesome characters. Let's talk about Dial and Dandy really quick. Dandy has never been a playable character inside of Dandy's World. Only the developers have the option to play Dandy. And I've honestly never really understood that. To be honest, I wasn't too concerned about not being able to play as Dandy. I was like, you know, he's the mascot of the game. That's just how they want it to be. That's okay. But then they came out with Dial alongside Brusha in the most recent update. And nobody expected Dial to come out. And Dial is one of the coolest looking characters in the entire game. So they make a brand new update. They release Brusha, who is obtainable within the first 20 minutes or so. And then they also release Dial and they're like, yeah, nope, you can't play this one. And it's like, what's the idea? Are we never gonna be able to play these characters? These are forever just gonna be characters we can see inside of roleplay and then in the shops and things like that? Here's what I think they should do. Developers, if you are watching, please consider this idea. What if you made these characters extremely difficult to unlock? Every time you come out with a new lethal character, the toon is unlockable, but there's a whole storyline puzzle mission system that takes the community weeks to get to. We all band together and we try to figure out how to unlock Dial or Dandy or whatever future lethals you're gonna come out with. Like, I'm talking really, really hard. A developer who I think did this so perfectly was a developer named Minitoon who made Piggy back in the day. If you guys remember when Piggy came out, he had these secret endings that the entire community would spend so many days or weeks trying to figure out, and you had to like go into this map and like rub your shoulder up against a car, which triggered something in the next map that you had to like put something in, and then that triggered something in the next map, and nobody knew any of that stuff. And so it took the community banding together and a lot of fun, and it was just so fun to unlock these things. And so for the people who did figure out all of those endings for the game, not only did it further the lore in a way that wasn't obtainable before, but it also gave them a secret exclusive skin that only the people who went through the hard work to do that was able to obtain. And I think they should apply that same thing to Dandy's world. How fun would it be if Dial came out and you looked inside Dandy's shop for all the unlockable characters and there was just a question mark, showing that there is another secret toon that's unlockable somehow, and that triggers the community to just start figuring out how to do it. And I don't know, maybe you have to get Dial's map. Inside Dial's map, you already have the secret room that opens during the panic mode. Maybe there's something else in there that triggers a new event that has to do something else that in another map, and it just is all these things that snowball to eventually unlock the character. It shouldn't be super easy at all. It should be something that's really, really hard and challenging so that your late game players have weeks of something to do while they're waiting for the next update. Like, imagine it took 2 weeks for the community to figure out how to unlock Dial. That's halfway through the update cycle already. And then the next 2 weeks are all the players, the other players who didn't find it out, trying to do it themselves once they watch the tutorials and stuff like that. And by the time everybody who wants the new character has the new character, boom, new update is available and ready. That's new content. And of course, there still will be some players who really want to unlock the toons, but they can't do it because it's so challenging. I think that's okay, because right now you can't play them anyway. Nobody can play them. And so if you kind of leave it to this elite level player skill level, at least they will be playable, and it just would be so much fun. Like, I can just imagine the live streaming. I don't know, that's my idea. But hey, that's just an opinion. My opinion. I know the developers are working really hard, cooking up really great content, and I don't want to take that away from them. The developers have been working extremely hard, and they have the game's best interest in mind as well. They want what's best for the game. We want what's best for the game, and so it's not like there's a disagreement there. It's just obviously how that happens is ultimately up to them to try to figure out what to do. Personally, I still really, really enjoy the game. I'm not going to stop playing this game anytime soon. I mean, we got the Halloween update coming out soon, which is going to be fantastic. So I don't know, maybe if you want to apply this kind of secret unlocking idea to the next update, maybe you could do that. It would be fun. I would have a lot of fun. Well, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on all of this stuff I've mentioned today down in the comment section below. And if you guys have any suggestions or opinions on what you think about Dandy's World right now, also put them down in the comments. One thing that's great about Quell and her team is they're very good about community feedback and actually interacting with the community compared to a lot of other big games. So that's fantastic. The more we voice our opinion, the more our opinions are heard. Well, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me yapping. If you did, please leave a like rating down below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And if you wanna see more content from me, make sure to go check out the video that Shelly is looking at right now. I will see all of you beautiful people in the next Dandy's World video, where we will videoify the game of Dandy's World. You never know what could happen in a world where there's a video ending right now.